Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Good. I saw you last week. You're Nita, right? Yes. Your name? Sridevi. Avani. You were there last week? Okay. You were also there last week? No. You were there last week? No. I forgot your name also. Adviti. Very good. Where is your son? Son is up. No problem. It's okay. You play this guitar, Adviti? Okay. Okay. You are too far away. Come here. Sit on this. And take a chair maybe. Yeah, maybe on this chair? Yeah, come here. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, if it is just too far away, then it's a bit difficult for me to reach out to everyone. Adviti, come ahead. Sit here on the sofa maybe. It is too far away. Come. Hare Krishna. Good. Thank you, Ajay Prabhu and Sri Lekha. No, Sri Lekha. Good. No problem. Good. We'll sing a quick bhajan and then we'll discuss. Who remembers what I had told that we'll discuss today? Ajay, close the door. They can be there. Yes, Sridevi.
Okay, last time you told about Kuresh.
Yeah. Yes.
And today there is a continuation of them.
Not Kuresh continuation. Damodar is here. I told I'll tell a story of someone else.
It was the same.
You forgot the name. Dhanurdhar. Okay. Anyway, in between I have done 20 programs and I still remember what I spoke with you last week. I don't know what all you did.
That's the difference between
So let's be a bit more in tune. When you hear, you should hear in a way that you remember for life. That's how you should hear. Yeah. It becomes meaningful then. Otherwise you hear and then from here, gone. Okay? Yeshuleka? So we'll give one more shot today then. But first we'll sing. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Labha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Labha Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodhanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodhanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana Jaya. Jaya Yashodhanandana Janaranja Jaya Yashodhanandana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari 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 Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodhanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodhanandana Jaya Vraja Janaranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamuna Chari Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Jaya Radha Gopinath Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinath Radhe Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya namo namaha. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's on YouTube live.
Yeah, it's like, yes, it's working.
It's on YouTube live.
Yeah, it's like, yes, it's working.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Good. I'm so happy that we are able to get to meet again in this auspicious month of Kartik. Last week we were discussing on the auspicious stories of Ramanujacharya and his disciples. We discussed about Quraysh. Yeah. Where was he? From? Kanchipuram. Then he walked from Kanchipuram to? No. Srirangam. Because he wanted to be with Ramanujacharya in Srirangam. Yeah. So along with Quraysh, his wife also had walked. They got twin babies, remember? Who were considered as the children of Ranganath himself. We discussed how Quraysh went to discuss the philosophy with the king, the Chola king, in disguise of Ramanujacharya. His eyes were plucked out afterwards, and how he went to Varadaraj and then asked for his vision just to see Ramanujacharya and the deities. Yeah, good. So, in between, somewhere, this when Ramanujacharya is there before he went to Melukotte. Every year there used to be this festival where Ranganath is brought on elephant and is taken around the city. So usually they do circumambulation of the temple in the elephant. The Utsav Murti goes on the elephant and then goes around. That's the Garbhagriha. On one particular day it would come to the city and the people would welcome, and even today you can see in many of the holy places they bring once a year the deity comes on the street, Utsav Murti comes on the street. And so the whole city, entire state, all have come to see witness the glory of Ranganath. And Ramanujacharya with his disciples, they were also there. And as they were seeing, they saw an interesting view that there was a well-built man. He was holding an umbrella to a very beautiful lady. And entirety of city, including the lady, they're all in excitement of looking at Ranganath. But this man just stuck with his vision, is glued, locked in on the lady. Ramanujacharya was a bit surprised. I think, what is this man doing? So he sends one of his assistants to bring this man. So the person goes and tells, here. And man is just oblivious to everything. He's just not aware what's going on. He had to be tapped quite hard eventually. Shripad Ramanujacharya is calling you. And he came. He offered his respects. So Ramanujacharya asked, who are you? He said, my name is Dhanurdhar. I'm a bodybuilder, wrestler. And Ramanujacharya asked, don't you think everybody is making fun of you? Whole city is looking at Ranganath, and you are looking at this lady. The man was quite honest. He tells, well, in my life, I have not seen anything more beautiful than her face and her eyes. So I just keep looking at that. So Ramanujacharya was like, okay, if I show you something which is more beautiful, will you be surrendered to that then? The man was Deal. So Ramacharya said, come tomorrow morning, Brahma Muhurta, to the temple of Ranganath. And he was very sincere, Dhanurdhar. He came early morning. Brahma Muhurta is 1.5 hours before sunrise. In Amsterdam is a bit difficult. Nowadays it's 8:30 sunrise, 7 o'clock. But in India usually Brahma Muhurta is around 4 o'clock. And that's when Brahma Muhurta is. The person comes. And Ramacharya takes him straight with his hand, holding his hand of Krishna, the Nabhi of Krishna, the face of Krishna, around the body of Krishna. And especially in South Indian setup, this makes a lot of difference because there is absolutely no light inside Garbhagriha and it's pitch dark. So first you get to see the lotus feet of Krishna when they bring the arati towards the feet. And then when they do it to the Nabhi, you get to see the thighs and the legs of the deities. Then bring to the face, you see the face of the deity and the eyes of the deity. And then they do around the body of the deity. So Ramacharya is praying to Ranganath so intensely that please capture his heart. He is here. He has shown his sincerity. He has appeared here. Now it's up to you. He is sincerely offering prayers to Ranganath. And as the lamps were brought from the lotus feet to the Nabhi to the face, and Dhanurdhar is just stuck on seeing that, the moment it was shown to the face, and when he saw those eyes of Ranganath, Dhanurdhar surrendered. He falls at the feet of Ramacharya like, yes, I am surrendered. I have seen better eyes. Yeah. Please accept me. What can I do? So Ramacharya gave Diksha to both of them, got them married. And then Dhanurdhar became such an amazing disciple of Ramacharya, even though he was not from the high caste Brahmins. He was a bodybuilder. But he became very close to Ramacharya. At some point of time, he and Dhanurdhar and Kuresh were the two people Ramacharya counted upon always. Always. Ramacharya would just depend on them. And some of the high caste Brahmins were becoming very agitated with this. That, Dhanurdhar, why? He's not even a Brahmana. So Ramacharya wanted to show one day what is Dhanurdhar's consciousness. So when people were sleeping, midnight, Ramacharya went and in the ashram, he just swapped all the clothes because he had thousands of sannyas and brahmachari disciples. Ramacharya, 10,000 disciples and amongst them many sannyasis and many brahmacharis. So Ramacharya just swapped clothes, someone's here and put it somewhere else and just total mess. So next day morning when people got up to come for the Mangalarati of Ranganath, they can't find their clothes. Someone's uttariya is somewhere else, their dhoti is somewhere else. They just can't find, and then everybody's fighting. Just total chaos, absolute chaos. People are just fighting. And eventually everybody was able to, yeah, okay, fine, this is mine, here is mine. Just able to resolve it, and then they got their clothes, and these are all sannyasis. And eventually they all reached. And then Ramacharya, he just kept quiet. He didn't tell anything to anyone. Just kept quiet. And eventually he tells to some of these high-class Brahmin, sannyas, disciples, and I feel that this Dhanurdhar needs some corrections. Please go and what I want you to do is just go and steal everything from his house, whatever he has. Steal it. Bring it to me. Today evening I'll hold Dhanurdhar with me. I'll just make him sit with me. And that time you go and steal everything from his house and come back. These sannyasis and this great Brahman disciples are like, oh, okay, finally Ramacharya is understanding this guy is not good. like very happy. So in the evening, Ramacharya made Dhanurdhar sit with him. At that time, all the great high-class Brahmins, they attacked, they opened the house, sneaked in, then stole all the jewels and everything, whatever was worthy in the house. And his wife, she saw that there are thieves inside, and she was lying down, and when she opened the eyes, she saw that, oh, these are all the disciples of Ramanujacharya. She just let them steal. Yeah. And then she acted as if she's in deep sleep. And then these people who had come to steal, they saw that on her body also she has very high, costly ornaments, very high jewels. So they came and and anyway she was in deep sleep, or she was enacting as if she's in deep sleep. So they came and they started removing like bangles and earrings and necklace and whatever. But she was lying on one side, and then she thought, oh, they're not taking the other side, so I'll turn my side. So she turned. And when she turned, everybody thought, oh, she's about to get up. They all ran away. Yeah. And then they came to the ashram and told Ramacharya, it's done. We have finished the job. So Ramacharya let Dhanurdhar go. And he told his disciples, you follow Dhanurdhar and then see what happens there and come back and tell me what you see. So Dhanurdhar went home, knocked on the door. The wife came and opened the door. And he sees that only one side there are ornaments. One side there is nothing. No bangles, no earrings. And then, what happened? Only one side you have ornaments. So the wife said, just some time before, the disciples of Ramanujacharya, they had come to steal, and I was lying down and they have stolen everything, and I wanted them also to take my other half, so I changed the posture and then they all ran away. And then Dhanurdhar started chastising his wife. Why did you change your posture? You should have let them steal everything in our house. You shouldn't have taken out anything. You shouldn't have changed the posture. You shouldn't have done anything. Maybe they are in need. They should have perhaps taken everything, even more than what they have stolen. And when these sannyasis and great Brahmins, when they saw this conversation, they were really surprised. Wow. So they went back to Ramacharya and told, this is what we saw. Then Ramacharya asked them, you are all sannyasis, big Brahmins. Just for your uttariya and your dhoti you are fighting in the morning. Yeah? And look at this guy. You think he is not a Brahmana. You think he is not a great devotee. But look at the consciousness. So, a great person's value is not based on birth. It's not based on the amount of wealth. It is not based on beauty. It is not based on knowledge. It's only one parameter which defines how great a person is. That's the heart. The heart is surrendered to Krishna. There is Krishna in the heart and you're actually Krishna conscious. It's the greatness of anyone, which Dhanurdhar was. So Ramanujacharya wanted to show to the world, here is a person who is ready to sacrifice anything. Yeah, maybe from a very low background and not a great Brahman by birth, but consciousness-wise, very high. So, eventually when Ramanujacharya was old, on one side when he would go to Kaveri to take his bath, Kuresh would hold him on one shoulder and then the other would hold him on another shoulder. Ramanujacharya would walk. He lived for a long time. This place,
120 years.
136, something like that. No, yeah, even more. So, However, there are at least two places where it's understood that Ramanujacharya is still living. There are deities of Ramanujacharya in Melukota and Srirangam both. And it's understood that he is still living there. Because when he was about to leave Melukota after living there for 14 years, all his disciples there were very sad. Because Melukota and Srirangam are quite distant apart. Take weeks to walk. And Ramanujacharya said, here is my deity, and then you can come and any questions you have, you can come and talk with this and I will answer. And the same also in Srirangam, there is a deity of Ramanujacharya in Srirangam, and also understood to be the same person. This great saintly personalities, they teach by their examples. Ramanujacharya was a great scholar. He was a great learned person. He was a great devotee. But his greatness also was in how humble he was. Sometimes people who are higher in stature, just higher status in life, more wealthy, more knowledgeable, more whatever, they feel that somebody else is not so qualified just because they don't look nice or don't sing nice or they don't know all the verses or whatever. But the real beauty is the beauty of the heart, which Krishna sees. And Krishna only sees the beauty of the heart and nothing else. One day, Quresh and his wife, they came to Ramanujacharya and they asked, please give us this meaning of the Prapatti Shloka of Bhagavad Gita. In 18th chapter, 66th verse, Krishna says in Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaishyami ma shuchaha. So there is this shloka in Bhagavad Gita which is considered as one of the most important shloka for Sri Vaishnavas. And they give this even during their Diksha. So Quresh comes and asks Ramanujacharya, I want to know the meaning of this. Can you please explain? Hare Krishna. Please come. So Ramanujacharya was very happy. This is the final shloka or final instruction of Krishna in Gita. That you abandon all sorts of dharma and surrender to me. I'll take care of you, don't worry. Just do whatever I say. This is what Krishna says to Arjuna. Don't worry about anything else. Just do what I say. And this is after telling the entire Gita. Yeah. So, Sharanagati is a very important aspect of bhakti. We need to surrender. Right? And it's an active process. The Shastras tell there are 6 steps to surrender, in the process of surrender. It starts with Anukulyasya Sankalpam, that you make sankalpa for practicing everything which is favorable for bhakti. Pratikulyasya Varjanam, you reject everything which is unfavorable to bhakti. Rakshashiti iti Vishwasaha, you have firm conviction that Krishna is going to protect. Vishwasa is there. You have realized it, that Krishna is going to protect not the body, but your bhakti. The body is going to die anyways. Yeah. Most of the times we go and ask Krishna, yeah, please protect. It's just the body. The body is going to die. Whether you are a devotee, you are whoever, doesn't matter. You're going to die one day, for sure. Yeah, it really doesn't matter what's your conviction in life. You will die for sure. But the bhakti in the heart, Krishna is going to protect. Goptrutve Varanam, meaning Krishna is going to protect, not just protect, but also going to maintain you. If he is maintaining an elephant, an ant, he will maintain you also. It's taken care. Your maintenance is taken care in the world. Atmanikshepa, that you throw out all sort of selfish ideas of life, just throw it out of the window. You don't have any sort of selfishness in life. Even with Krishna, you don't go and ask, give me this, give me that. Then humility, karpanya. So these 6 are aspects of Sharanagati. Yeah. First one is Anukulyasya sankalpa. That which is favorable, anukula, what do? You accept it. Yeah. Yes, Srileka? You have to come every week to the class. It's good for you and your bhakti. You should come. Make an attempt, make a sankalpa that I'll come. Every week, I'll go. Sahitya thought in her whole life she can't make it. Every time somebody used to invite her, like, I'm busy. Yeah. Then finally she started coming. Actually, I met her and her mother last year in Kartik, one of the programs. And her mother was super excellent. She was answering all the questions of Bhagavatam. And then she also kept telling that, yeah, you should go. And then somehow eventually Sahitya came, and then since 4 or 5 months now she's coming every week. It's possible. Yeah. Every time Ajay comes, I tell, where is she? Like, why is she not coming? And where is Adviti? Yeah. You should come. Yeah. Because it's good. Whatever is anukula for bhakti, what do you do? What do you do? If something is anukula for bhakti, you accept it. Yes, Sridevi? Yeah. So you should chant Hare Krishna mantra every day. Without miss. Just do it because it's good for you. And it's good for Sharanagati. Sharanagati is a process. It's not just a state of heart that, I feel a lot of emotions today. No. Do something about it. Okay? It's an active process. You should study Gita, Bhagavatam. It's all for us. You should do some seva. Also for us. These are all things which you take sankalpa. Yes, I'll do it. You know what is sankalpa? And you make a firm determination that I'll do this. Yeah? That's a sankalpa. Right? I know you all have made sankalpa to come here today. That itself is great. In the month of Kartik. The rest 40 people, I don't know where they went. Right? So, I had told everybody to come today. Where is Sumant? He was supposed to come today, right? Yeah. So, yeah. You make a firm resolution for yourself that, no, I'll do this because it is good for bhakti. Pratikulyasya varjanam. If something is not favorable, what do?
You don't accept.
Reject it. Coffee, tea, onion, garlic, mushroom, alcohol if someone is consuming, meat if someone is consuming, reject.
Masoor dal is also against it.
Yeah, it's usually not consumed anyways. I haven't even come across, only recently I know about it. But so anything which is not sattvic, reject. Frozen food, sorry. Frozen.
It's very interesting. I have a question about this one. When you say that it's not favorable, right? So for me, if I drink tea, it's favorable in a sense that, okay.
Your mind becomes very active.
Very active, right?
Yeah.
So I think that it's favorable for me. Then
Yes.
I accept
Yeah,
it.
the same thing
How
which,
do we know that this is favorable, this
the
is
same thing if someone goes and asks somebody who is addicted to tobacco, they will say the same thing. If I don't chew tobacco, my mind doesn't work only. If I don't drink, so go and ask somebody who is a smoker or an alcohol drinker, they'll say the same thing. And that's the point. There are drugs which affect your central nervous system. Coffee, tea, they have caffeine. It's a slow drug. It is a drug. And these things are not from our culture, Sri Lanka, here, not from India. If you would have visited your great-grandparents, they would have not given you tea. They would have given you badam milk maybe, kashaya maybe, right? You're from where, which part of Telugu? Which part?
southern part of India.
Yeah, Hyderabad, right?
Hyderabad.
Yeah, and somewhere around that, they would have given you some sort of kashaya which is seasonal, right? Like, if it is hot season, then something which cools the body. If it is cold season, something which warms up the body. So that's what they would give. Coffee and tea were introduced to India. These are not Indian things. Now people grow, but these are not Indian. They are really not Indian.
Yeah.
Britishers were coming and they were giving it for free. Yeah, you drink this. You know this? They were giving for free. They would put stalls and give for free. Taste it, it's good. All the companies, exactly like how modern software companies give for free trial 1 month. Exact same method.
At the junctions they are distributing.
Yeah. And that's how people say, oh wow, this is nice. And the problem is anything which has a drug, it affects central nervous system. And then it conditions the central nervous system that you can't live without. The moment you stop, you get headache. Oh, my brain doesn't work at all. Oh, why? Oh, I have not drank tea yet.
Okay. Then sugar is also a drug, right?
Absolute, yes.
But we have it in prasadam already.
Yeah, just reduce. I mean, that's the reason I am also telling that frozen food, sugar, all these things need to be reduced. Really, it's not good. Good is good. The jaggery from, I don't know if you have seen, from sugar cane, they boil and then they make jaggery. From villages you can get it. When we go to India, we bring like big boxes. Like 10 kilos we bring, at least for some time it comes. Otherwise, organic brown sugar is a good alternative. White sugar is absolute poison. It's like absolute poison. It's the second biggest cause of cancer. The first cause is red meat. The second is sugar in the world. Anyway. So yeah, everything which is not sattvic has to be avoided, which also includes frozen food, the frozen peas, the frozen pizzas, the frozen whatever. It's not good. It's not sattvic. Anything which is not cooked fresh, at least on the same day, is not to be used.
Frozen peas as well.
Yeah. Anything which is frozen, no. Anything which is frozen is not good. Yeah.
And Prabhuji, masoor dal also, please explain.
Yeah, so I don't know much.
I have more information on that.
On masoor dal?
It has loads of protein which is not good for your body intake, it seems. So it is not going to be in the sattvic range.
Yeah.
So it is not
Yeah.
the sattvic.
It causes a lot of laziness and lethargy to the brain.
Yeah, so basically, what is ignorance? Tamasic means one is lazy, addicted to sleeping, addicted to things which are not really conducive for human existence. Right? That's tamasic. Any food which induces that, and this is perhaps the biggest tamasic, rajasic item we all have in our lives, which need to be really addictive, and it's the same adrenaline which gets secreted. And somebody is like, I learned a new word. It's called as doom scrolling. Doom scrolling. So you just hold it and just keep scrolling. That's also tamasic. So anyway, what is the point? What is the point?
Anything that is not
Anything which is not favorable, reject. Accept things which are favorable, reject things are unfavorable. Why? Why?
They affect your sharanagati.
You can't surrender otherwise. Yeah. We are surrendered to coffee and tea right now. They control our. We are surrendered to the phones. We are surrendered to the food which we eat. This is the meaning of surrender, that you just can't live without. Right? If someone is surrendered to Krishna, you can't live without Krishna. I need Krishna. I can't live without. Yeah. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in this song, Radha Kunda Tata, that what is the last line? He says that all the places of Vrindavan, they are so conducive for Krishna's pastime that I just can't live without it. And it's almost like dying, not being in Vrindavan. Because I'm so attached to Krishna, I'm so attached to Vrindavan. You have been to Vrindavan? Anybody? No? You have been? You have been. It's like 30 kilometers from here, no, 50 kilometers. No? 100 kilometers. Meerut. Yeah. Good. Ajay also not been? Vrindavan? Okay. Yeah, so Vrindavan is highly conducive for anybody to become Krishna conscious, because it's Krishna's place. Anyway, the point is, if someone is attached to Krishna, then you just can't live without it. You have to have Krishna. And right now we have a lot of things which we are attached to and we can't live without. And that's where our surrender is. As I said, it's an active thing. Nobody is born with a smartphone that, I want to scroll. No one. But we have been addicted ourselves. No, I need. They did an experiment in, I believe it was somewhere in South America with the teenagers. They put them all in rooms without their smartphones. The maximum time before people started freaking out was like 30 minutes, something like that. They started freaking out, total freak out. They went crazy without phones. Can you imagine?
It's so contradicting that you're saying like phones are addictive, which we all agree as well. But then we are also making these live videos to put on.
Yeah, that's a good,
people see,
amazing.
watch it for an hour.
Very good. Good point. So that's where at least we are trying to spread some positivity as well, along with anyway people are watching.
That's where like in phone there is some positivity.
Yeah, for
as well.
sure.
Accept that now.
Yes.
It's how you use the tool, right? So you have a knife, you can cut it for cutting a vegetable.
Yeah.
But watching phone itself is supposed to
But
be.
we should be. If you're watching Bhagavatam whole day, then it's fine. But we don't. We all know we are not watching Bhagavatam whole day in the phone. We all know. We don't need to have any sort of coloring up in there, right? That's what we don't use it.
But it's also actually giving the opportunity for others to feel enabled. The ones who don't get the opportunity to get that blessing of being around and listening. So you provide एक माध्यम बोलते हैं हिंदी में, you provide them an opportunity to feel that they can listen and hopefully like it.
Then we have enabled by bringing
Yeah, for
people
sure.
together rather than being on the phone and watching that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why we are doing all these things, right?
Yeah.
We are doing 250 programs in the month of Kartik.
Yeah.
So just 30 days, 250 programs.
Yeah, that's
So that's our hope, that people come together. If someone cannot, then at least they'll get an opportunity. As such, ultimately, what's the aims? Yena kena prakarena manaha Krishna niveshayat. So if something which helps you to become connected to Krishna, then yes, sure. See, modern technology by itself, it does have its value. We can't just reject by telling. What I'm saying is unnecessary use, and you know it. It's there. We don't always use any sort of gadget just for becoming Krishna conscious. Yeah. So if you are using it for that purpose, then it's fine. Somebody is using a phone to study Bhagavatam. Yeah, there is also Bhagavatam in the internet. Sure, good. How much time do we use for that? Hardly any time, right? So an object's spiritual or material definition comes from the usage, as Ajay was putting it. If we can use it for Krishna, then well and good. Everything is fine. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe. If you can use it for Krishna's service, it's fine. But how do you, leaving phones aside, there is no way we can put other things in that category, that I'll continue to drink tea and then I'll continue to do whatever I want, and then also and try to become devotee. You can. I'm not saying it's not possible. At some point of time, you need to also decide that what is the real priority of life. If there is an external substance which is controlling you, why should you let it control? If you think you are in control, you should be able to leave it. If you're not able to leave it, that shows that you are under influence right now. Yeah? There is an external thing which is influencing. It's as simple as that. Anyway, coming back, what are we discussing?
2 points of surrendering.
There is 4 more.
Yeah.
Believe in that.
Trust that Krishna is going to protect. Trust that Krishna is going to maintain. And not having any sort of imposition on Krishna that, give me this, give me that, whatever. It's Atmanikshepa. And 6th one, being humble. So these are the process of Sharanagati. And why are we discussing about this?
the 6 ways.
Why are we discussing this? Because Quresh went and asked Ramanujacharya, explain me the process of Sharanagati and the shloka. Which shloka? Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. In Gita, Krishna tells to Arjuna that you have to take complete shelter of me, surrender to me. So Ramanujacharya explained. Afterwards come another great scholar, his name was Dasharathi. And Dasharathi came and asked Ramanujacharya, I also want to know the meaning of this shloka. Can you please explain to me? And that time, one of Ramanujacharya's Shiksha Guru, his name was Mahapurna. He was the one who went with Quraysh later in the story which I said last week. Two people went to the king's assembly for debating. So Quraysh went with Mahapurna. This is before that. So Mahapurna's daughter, she was married to a person in a far village and she had come to see Ramanujacharya. So when Dasharatha is speaking to Ramanujacharya, this lady also walks in. Then Ramanujacharya asked what happened, and then she told, my father sent me to ask this to you. Ramanujacharya said, okay, please tell what is needed. So the lady said, I have been married to this person, we live in a very far village, there is no facility there, well is really far away, I need to go and fetch water from a very, very distant well. There's so much of housework every day, and my in-laws keep troubling me that I didn't bring any servant. And as you know, my father is not rich, he couldn't give servants to me, and my in-laws are troubling me a lot. So when I came and talked with my father, he told I should come and talk with you. So this lady was like sister of Ramanujacharya. And Ramanujacharya said, sure, here, Dasharatha, take him. And Dasharatha was one of the biggest scholars in that whole area. And Ramanujacharya just sent him to go and support. And Dasharatha, without even one question, he just went. He started fetching water every day, cleaning the house, cleaning the vessels, cooking, all the housework, no questions. The biggest scholar of the area that time. This is what he was doing. For months he was doing this. And one day there was a scholar in the village, there was a katha, and all the villagers, they assembled to hear, and the person who was giving the katha, he was making a lot of factual mistakes. He was not really representing Shastras correctly. So at some point of time, Dasharatha got up and then told, you are not representing properly. This is wrong. And the scholar got really offended. Like, you're telling me wrong. You tell correct things then. And then Dasharatha started speaking, and as he started speaking, people who were assembled, they were like awestruck, like, my God, who is this? And slowly they started gossiping. If the way he's speaking, this must be the great Dasharatha. Nobody else is this kind of scholarly person in the whole world. And eventually they all understood, oh, this is Dasharatha. So they brought him on a palanquin afterwards, back to Ramanujacharya, and then fell at the feet of Ramanujacharya, please. If we don't want to get service from this kind of great scholar and such a great devotee of Krishna, please accept him back. So Ramanujacharya had sensed a bit of pride in Dasharatha. So to correct him, sent him. And for months, Dasharatha was just doing menial service. No scholarly responsibilities, just cooking, cleaning, fetching water. And when people brought him and then requested like this, Ramanujacharya was so happy with his disciple, he told, sure, now I'll teach you the meaning of Sharanagati. And then he taught him. So why I'm discussing this story is because ultimately all the beauty, knowledge, wealth, high birth, whatever we may be having in our lives, unless there is humility in the heart, and unless our heart is actually, it's reverberating, beating for Krishna, we can't really impress Krishna. Krishna is not really happy with your money, your beauty, your knowledge. Last week we were discussing, right? Krishna has everything. How can he be pleased with something which is insignificant for him, right? You have, let's say, you have $1 million. You go and you meet Steve Jobs, he's not there. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, somebody, and then you're like, oh, I'm a millionaire. They will not be impressed. They have so much, right? Even if I have $1 million, will they be impressed with that? They have so much. How can I impress them with my $1 million? There's just no way. Krishna has not just million, billion, whatever. He owns the entirety of creation. whole of creation. Krishna owns it. How can we impress him with whatever we may be having? How? There's no way. Krishna has 6 opulences in full: beauty, knowledge, fame, wealth, renunciation, strength. Beauty,
Knowledge, wealth, fame,
Renunciation.
all in full. Full. Krishna is not the most beautiful person. He is the beauty personified. Entirety of beauty together is called as Krishna. Krishna is not the most wealthiest person. He is the entirety of wealth combined. That's Krishna. He is not just the most knowledgeable, the most intelligent. Entirety of knowledge together is Krishna. Yeah. He is all the knowledge, all the beauty, all the fame. That's Krishna. When he has all of it so much, can we also go and take something and then impress him? But Krishna is impressed with small things. Shabari was giving berries. Krishna is so happy. Ram is so happy with it. When these boys in Vrindavan, when they would play with just amla fruits, Krishna was very happy with them. You may think are childish games. Yeah, but Krishna is very happy with it. His mother would decorate him so much, so nicely, but then Krishna would go to forest and then take all the forest flowers and then just decorate himself, and then he's very happy. It's simple things. So our heart, if it can become simple, Krishna will be very happy with it. And that's the whole goal of our lives. We need to make sure that our heart is simple. We have become so complicated now with the whole education system and then job and families and responsibilities and this and that and everything. So complicated life we live. The simple thing becomes very, very difficult for us. Chanting Hare Krishna mantra daily, no time. Study Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, what is that? I know Gita. When I ask people, do you have Bhagavatam at home? They're like, yes. And then I tell, it's not Bhagavad Gita. Like, oh, what is that? Right? So, this is yesterday I was in a student Diwali, and for students, Diwali is just partying, food, dance. This is what is Diwali. They didn't even have patience for listening for 5 minutes. Last week I was in another Diwali, another set of students, and they were really good. They wanted to do a dharmic Diwali, and I was so happy with it. And 100 students in Den Haag, and everybody listened. I spoke for 1 hour. I was supposed to speak for 20 minutes, but then they were so interested and then were listening so attentively, and I spoke for 1 hour. Yesterday I was supposed to speak for 15 minutes, and people had zero interest. I cut it in 7 minutes. I'm done. I just couldn't speak. Because when audience is having no interest, what do you speak? Like these kids nowadays, like, yeah, what to do? Right? Having zero sense of whatever heritage we're coming in, and then just, yeah, for them life is just, yeah, it's just meaningless, more or less. You just do whatever and then earn somehow and enjoy. So, and it's a constant thing which we are also seeing in our own lives. In modern time kids, in my case at least, I don't know, also maybe perhaps in everyone else's cases, your parents, our parents, they wouldn't give us everything, even if they had opportunity for it, right? You ask something and you have to earn it, right? You can't just get. Now in our case, we get our children everything even before they ask, and they have everything. And what that has produced is a whole generation who are having gratitude for zero things. They don't value anything in their lives. whatever is given, okay, they feel that, yeah, I deserve it already. So it's unfortunate how life is going, but we need to hit a reset somewhere and start living, actually. And living a Vedic life is worthy in itself. Living a dharmic life is worthy in itself. And as I was saying last week, it's our heritage, it's our culture. And I'm not saying something which is foreign. This is our heritage. We need to be able to live. People lived for thousands of years. In this last 30, 40 years, it's all going downhill, but that doesn't mean that I need to continue to go to downhill. I can hit a reset somewhere and then come up. Let's come up. Why not? So, that's what I want to share. Any thoughts, questions? Shilika? No?
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. What was interesting?
Also agree with the last statements.
Yeah.
Which one, Ajay?
No, about the new generation.
Yeah. Yeah. Any thoughts? You want to share anything? Anyone? Sridevi? You have questions, right?
A lot of questions.
Lot of questions. You can ask.
I mean, you were like, saying a lot of things, and in between, you were kind of mentioning Krishna, or anyone cannot be impressed with, the birth. So, what you meant is like the caste, what they belong to. Like,
The high birth is not just the caste. High birth means parents who are very rich, well-to-do, extremely well-to-do. That's the meaning of high birth. Someone who is having parents who are, like you can go out and ask, do you know who is my father? Right? This sort of birth. So it's difficult for the kids then, because everything is there already.
because I always have a disagreement with this whole way. It's everywhere. I don't like somebody looking at me by looking at my parents. I
Yes.
want them to look at me
Yeah.
for what I am.
Yeah.
And also, while it's like, we say birth, I believe that we were all the same. It's just the way how we adapt our things and
Yeah.
our lifestyle that changes us as the human being.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not a generic statement. It's perhaps not applicable to everyone, but majority, right? People do get carried away based on what sort of parentage they have. But doesn't mean everybody is like that. But majority, right? When somebody is highly wealthy, influential, like this. This whole story where there were two kids of Kubera. Because they were sons of Kubera, they have so much of wealth, they got carried away. And then 24/7 they were indulging. And Narada Muni had to curse them, and you go and become trees. Because they were just playing with the girls 24/7 and just intoxicated 24/7. And then they became trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj because Narada Muni cursed them. And then when Krishna was bound to the mortar, eventually he went, and then the mortar got stuck to the trees. And Krishna gave a push, and the trees fell down, and that's how the guys got liberation. And then they're praying to Krishna that, we were really conditioned with the kind of upbringing we had. We had so much of wealth, there is so much of enjoyment we could pursue, and we forgot what is the real aim of life. So with the blessings of Narada Muni, we were blessed to be trees in your courtyard, with which we could see all your pastimes. And now that you have liberated us, we will remember you all the time. So Kunti Maharani says this in Bhagavatam, Janma Ishvare Shruta Shribhir Edamadamadah Puman. And it's very natural to get pride when somebody is beautiful, somebody is knowledgeable, wealthy, high parentage. Doesn't mean that everybody is like that, but it's very natural. It gives impetus to become proud. And I have so much. I'm so beautiful. I'm so knowledgeable. I'm from a high birth.